Hello guys, stay patient here and welcome to my guide for all the ebook collectibles I recommend you pick up during your first visit to the northern section of Prague. Now all of these can be picked up during your second visit, but I do recommend getting them here on your first visit so that you know you're up to date and you can keep up with my step-by-step platinum walkthrough. And we're going to be starting off here at the metro station. There are 3 metro stations. This is the southernmost one. I forget the name of it, but the collectible is going to be down here on one of the seats next to a guy that looks like he's, I don't know, maybe homeless, although he does have some pretty cool orgs on him. And we're going to be moving on from there to the same starting location, but right next to this metro station is a tourist office that's boarded up, and you'll actually come here for, I believe, mission 10 in the story. And you're going to hack your way through and the collectible will be on the desk there. So moving on to number 3 then. This is going to be up in this, I believe, flower shop. I forget the name of it, but go to that location on the map and you'll recognize this store here. And there's one collectible on the work surface, or like the shelf there, just by the window. I guess it's a table for people to sit at. And then we're going to make our way up the stairs onto the veranda on this sort of balcony area. And from there we need to jump up. Now, if you don't have the jump ability, you can jump up onto the door and then jump up again, but we need to get to the roof however you can manage it. And on a mattress up here is the second collectible in and around this building. Now we're moving down to the westernmost metro station here. We want to walk past it and hack this ladder. Now this ladder is going to take me to 2 collectibles, but the second collectible you might only be able to access using this ladder if you have the jump upgrade, but there is another way to reach it, which I will explain in a moment. But we're going to walk across this sort of advertisement board and into this apartment, and the collectible is sat on the table at the end of the bed right next to the computer. Now we're going to be starting off in exactly the same spot again, and I'm going to hack the same ladder and make my way across that way. But if you head through that gap just to the left, there's a sort of archway you can walk under. There's another ladder high up around the other side that you can use to reach this particular ebook. So if you don't have the jump ability, then head around to the other side of this building and climb the other ladder, because I'm going to be using the jump here to launch myself across to this balcony. And you will be able to get up here by using the second ladder if you need to, and the collectible is just on the table there. So from here we're going down to the Auto Dilly shop. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a word I've never come across. Maybe it's a foreign word. I forget what language they speak in Prague, but the collectible is very easy to find, just on the table there. And when we go to the bank's sort of big area in front of the bank, I forget what you call it, palisade maybe, we're going to go to the left hand side of this big square, and we got Ludwig's, I think it's a coffee shop, and the collectible is just around on the counter again. So moving forward, we're going to skip the bank collectibles for now. We're going to do them a little bit later. But if we start off here, this is the route you take to get down to Otar Botkveli's sort of hideout area in the sewers. Now, I recommend picking this collectible up after having done, I believe it's side mission 4, the calibrator one. The one where you have to go and sort of get the calibrator from these guys, and you can talk to Otar Botkveli. If you're following my step-by-step platinum walkthrough on playstationtrophies.org, which is linked in the description, then you will have done this mission, and the collectible is just here upstairs on the table. But you will need to do the related calibrator mission, and you will also need to speak to Otar Botkveli in a friendly way to be able to trigger some later side missions that have ebooks and trophies and stuff related to them. But we are now at the TF29 facility, and we're going to be coming here multiple times throughout the game. It's basically our sort of place of work, it's our headquarters, and there are, I believe, 5 ebooks in this building, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to take you through all 5 of them, all of which you can pick up at any time really, but you might as well get them out of the way during your first visit to Prague. So the first one is in the shooting range. We want to enter the shooting range when given the option, and obviously pick up the collectible just on the armchair as you enter, and then you can back out. You don't need to do the actual sort of shooting range tutorial section. You can just leave straight away, and from there we're going to come out of this door, carry on round the lower level here to the security holding cells, and this is sort of the, I guess, the jail for TF29, and we're going to make our way all the way to the end of the corridor, and the ebook is on a seat there just by the barrels. So from here, if I remember correctly, we're going to head upstairs. So when we come out of this door, we're going to run straight forward, and in the left, oh no, sorry, I did forget one. There is one in Smiley's office. So Daniel Fletcher, his nickname is Smiley, you'll get to know him throughout the story. So you go into his sort of laboratory and then off into his office, and the ebook is stacked up with those books. So now we're going upstairs. So we want to take the staircase in the corner here, and there are 2 more collectibles in this building. We're going to go around the outside of this little balcony, and we're heading first of all to Miller's office, and this is sort of our, I guess, our manager. He's our director. We're going to deal with him a lot during the story, and the collectible is sat nicely on his desk there, nice and easy. So if we head out of his office, the next room around is the counter-terrorism unit. Kind of reminds me of CTU in 24, this building, but the collectible is right there on the table just in front of Duncan Macready's office. So from here we are now going to the bank, which we bypassed earlier. Now there are 5 collectibles in the bank, but there are only 4 that we can collect during these open world sections. So the first one is right in the entrance there, just on the seat. It's quite hard to see because of the colour, the light shining through from underneath it, so you may have missed that one. And the other one is just round the corner behind the reception desk. So we'll grab those 2. Now if you follow me, we'll take you to the next 2, but the 5th one is actually only available during mission 12. So you have to choose to do the bank mission at the end of mission 10, and all of this is covered in my step-by-step platinum walkthrough. We're going to make our way to the executive offices, or executive services, sorry, and pick up this one. You will need to hack your way in, and this is restricted, so be careful. But like I say, that 5th one is only available at the end of mission 12 if you've chosen the bank mission at the end of mission 10, and it will be in the vault, which you're going to be going to anyway at the end of mission 12. The actual objective is to go into the vault and pick something up. So while you're there, the ebook is very difficult to miss. So just make sure you do grab it, because you cannot return there, and that's why I don't include it during this video, because this video is focusing on the open world collectibles. We're just going to sneak past this guy, by the way. I showed you on the map where we were, because we're going into restricted territory now. Just use our cloaking device to get around him. So yeah, like I say, this video is focused on the open world Prague collectibles, because it's all part of my step-by-step platinum walkthrough, and so I'm making sure that everyone knows what they need to get done before leaving Prague after each visit. Because for mission 7, mission 13 and mission 15, you leave Prague, and any of the side missions you haven't done are sort of scrubbed, and any of the ebooks that need to be collected at a certain time may be lost. And even if you leave the ebooks for the 3rd visit, they may be accessible, but everything is much harder during the 3rd visit to Prague. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't got that far yet, but it's very much, a lot more difficult to make your way around Prague freely. So we're upstairs now. You'll notice there's lots of people knocked out already. That's because there is a side mission. I believe it's the Samizdat side mission, and There's also obviously the story mission that brings you here, but you go through different parts of the bank for the story mission. But if you've done all the side missions, then you will have been here before. Now there's a puzzle in this room. The solution to the puzzle is raise, turn, turn, raise. Now there is another way to get in. You can get in through some vents, and there's a vent sort of behind the TV up on the wall to the left. Now I didn't know the solution at this point, so I was just randomly pressing square and holding square, and eventually it just popped, you know. So even if you just play around with it, you'll probably get through there. But however you do it, you need to get into this room, and I do suggest doing this one while you're here anyway for one of the missions. Now here we are at the easternmost metro station, and to the left of it we have this building here with an upstairs apartment. And it may take you a few tries, but we are going to jump up onto whatever we can grab onto and keep jumping up until we get up here. Obviously you need to hack these window shutters. You need the remote hacking to be able to get through there. But that collectible is right there on the table in this apartment. Now this final collectible is in Ruzicka station. Now this is technically part of the open world of Prague because it's the station. Although it's closed off, you can return here whenever you want, as far as I know. But obviously I have included this collectible in my walkthrough for mission 5, which brings you to Ruzicka station. So I do recommend grabbing the collectible while you're here. But obviously if you do forget it, it's not one of the missions that you can't return to. You will be able to come back, and this recording is from the mission itself. I was doing a playthrough of the mission, and the ebook is going to be here in the bookshop, which you'll probably make your way through, especially if you're following my guide for the mission. So that's the final ebook that I recommend you grab while you're in Prague during the first visit. So there's two videos, there's the southern section and the northern section. I'm going to move on now to the second visit to Prague, which is going to be a much quicker video because we've got most of them out the way now. There are some that can only be picked up during the second or third visits, and there are certain side missions you need to complete to be able to have access to some of those ebooks. So I totally recommend you click the link in the description, which gives you all the information you need about everything in the game, everything that's missable. It's a step-by-step guide, a proper walkthrough that's going to take you right the way from starting the game all the way through to platinum without missing anything and getting it done nice and easily and quickly. So check that out, and in the meantime, thank you for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.